Hey, it's Kamori, and today we're going to be making Krul's fingerless gloves. And I started by making the pattern, so I wrapped my arm in some saran wrap so that the tape would not stick to my skin, and then I covered it with a bunch of masking tape and drew the design on and where the seams are going to go, and now I'm going to carefully cut it off, and that way I can use it as a pattern. I used the masking tape pieces to create new patterns by adding seam allowance. Then I used those patterns to create a test mock-up out of some scrap fabric to make sure everything fit correctly. I ended up being unable to get proper footage of the actual construction process of this glove, so I'm going to do my best to walk you through what I did, and I apologize for the lack of progress images on this particular part of the costume. I used the pattern that I made to cut two pieces out of each of the sections of the black satin so that the glove could be lined. The top ones I sewed together with some piping, similar to what we did with the bodice, and the inside pieces were just sewn together using the satin without any piping. Then I inserted a zipper into the pieces of the front of the glove and the inside of the glove, and I left the top and bottom edges open so that it could be turned right side out so that the edges of the zipper would be completely encased in the seam. Then the top and bottom edges were still completely raw at that point, so I covered them with some handmade bias tape, just like we did with the bodice. And that's how the glove turned out. I apologize for not being able to get footage for the construction process, but I hope this at least helped to show how I made these. For the rest of the costume, please subscribe for videos on making the bodice, skirt, collar, sleeves, and her little plushie.